everyone, and welcome back to Finnvivor episode number 2. Now, I know you have all been eagerly waiting to find out who found each piece of the amulet, so let's just go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so first of all, how exactly did one find their team's amulet piece? Well, if you were clever enough to click on this image that was posted at the start of each starter Pokemon team's chat, and open it in a new browser, you would find in the file name is the command you would have to enter. So in this case, I'm looking at Team Fuecoco. It is command amulet-fire. So all you had to do was enter in the code $amulet-fire and you would be given your team's phrase. Now, the person who found the phrase for Team Sprigatito was none other than Barbs. The phrase being, I'm as confused as a go-goat on AstroTurf. Just a little bit of a Pokemon spin on the idle phrase from Survivor 41. Next up over on Team Quaxley, we had Janet finding the secret phrase. I give this chat a 7.8 out of 10, too much water. Just a little spin on the IGN Gen 3 joke. And then, of course, we have Alexander, who found the phrase, fun fact, I have a Pokemon named Fire Diarrhea. I picked this because I actually do have a Pokemon named Fire Diarrhea. I thought it would be funny, I don't know. So with all three pieces of the amulet on the same tribe, naturally this would lead to the creation of a brand new alliance over on Koraidon. Let's take a look, shall we? Oh hi! My first alliance of the game, I'm so blessed. Same, it's only fitting. Let's look at the facts. We are being targeted by everyone on the cast. Whether we like it or not, we have no one. Okay, firstly, did you keep a tight lip about the amulet because I told nobody? Well, Sam's dumbass said, nice advantage find, wanted to slap him right there. It's okay, if you guys told anyone, we just need to prepare for that. Literally no one on my team that I know attempted the code, so either they just didn't bother looking or they know I had it and said nothing. What did y'all have to say? I give this chat a 7.8 out of 10, too much water. Fun fact, I have a Pokemon named Fire Diarrhea. I have an interesting sense of humor, folks. Your one is so much more natural to put in a convo. I found the code almost immediately, so I guess it was a little natural as an opener to it, but yeah, I don't know. Barbs joins in on the chat. Hey guys, I'll grab my code in 1 second. I'm as confused as a go-goat on AstroTurf. We need to come together. Maybe you guys won't find this a good idea, but what if we wasted our extra votes? Like, the first tribal. There's no real help provided by the amulet if 1, we have to vote each other for it to be an actual good advantage, and 2, everyone knows we have it. And then I went ahead and reminded him that actually it's just 1 extra vote between the 3 of you if you choose to use it, not 1 extra vote for each of the 3 of you. That would be a little bit broken. Janice pops in, I also have news. The idols are gone from both camps. Snowy told me to do a code literally as soon as the teams happened, and I still didn't get it. I knew it was either Janice or one other for Quaxley, Janice or Morris. So if Janice is telling the truth, Morris has an idol. Girl, why was I a suspect? Because only you and Morris were online when the idol was found. Morris did not talk at all till the next day of that chat though, and I know it wasn't me. So, with the Paradox Pokemon Challenge complete, all players were returned to their original tribes while they awaited the results of the challenge. In the meantime, it was time to begin the first Tribal Immunity Challenge. This season, players were given the opportunity to vote on which order they wanted to take on the challenges. The first one they took on was the Bug Challenge with gym leader Katie. So for the challenge, each player had to pick one of these recipes to complete. Once they entered the code for said recipe, they would then be given a list of ingredients that they would have to find. In order to submit their list of ingredients, they would have to take a picture of said ingredient in real life and send that picture to their confessional in order to score however many points their recipe is worth. In addition, there was a super tricky idol recipe, which whoever would complete it in the fastest amount of time would score 0 points for their tribe, but would also earn a limited use hidden immunity idol. Alright, so next we have to talk about Shad. Alright, this twist makes me a bit worried because I haven't talked to Alex and I want him out. So if he gets immunity, I have to vote out someone I actually like. And then he sees the scavenger hunt challenge. So this challenge makes me want to cry. I either want damn tasty or salad right now. I'm leaning more towards damn. Fuck it, he goes for Dinner Island, sees the list of ingredients, and I had shrimp earlier this month. OMG. Yeah, I don't have any of that. Woohoo. 0 for me and my team. Fuck. I got some explaining to do. So, as he mentions here, I'm doing anything to save my ass. He starts rapid fire talking to basically anyone on his tribe who would listen. Want to make a majority alliance, XD? Totally. The earlier the better, not gonna lie. Alright, let's put together our dream team. I want Ari because I feel close with her. Snowy for sure on my end. I like Snowy too. Then I guess we both decide the last. Then he goes and has a conversation with Snowy. I have a question for you. I may have an answer for you. Would you like to be a part of a majority alliance? That would be a cute idea. Who else would be in it? Ari, Leona, and Leaf plus us. Ooh, okay. That works out pretty well, TBH. I'm asking everyone right now, then we will have to get the show on the road. Then he goes and talks to Ari. Yeah, I have a question. Want to be a part of a majority? Sure, I would like that. It's better than being alone with my thoughts. I have some questions for you, Mr. Leaf. Okay. Would you like to be a part of a majority alliance with you, me, Leona, Ari, and Snowy? Sure, that sounds swell. So all of this leads to the first alliance formed on the Miraiden tribe. Y'all want to name this or screw naming it? Well, I'm not sure for a name yet, unless we want to be quirky and name ourselves Team Rocket, or Team Star, the evil team of Gen 9. That works too. Y'all, agree on Team Star? Team Star works. Hasta la vista. That's the Team Star way. So what's our idea? Sam, Autumn, Alex, or Mooley? Or better question, who do we think has the idol? Well, TBH, if we don't know exactly who has it right now, it's best not to let our paranoia ruin our majority so early. Yeah. OMG, idols? Alright, so let's just think who we would want out. I'm indifferent. Well, the first thing to figure out is who on what team from the first challenge. Yeah, eliminate the ones that are in here, so that brings it down to Mooley and Alex from Team Sprigatito, Autumn from Team Flacoco, and Samuel, I should say, there is a difference, for Team Quaxley. Snowy asks, what we talking over? Basically, what to do if, like, we go to Tribal. I think we are, so I like a choice now. Babes, they're tallying right now. I know, and I don't think we will win. TBF, let's see which team is immune first. No point in making a target if they're gonna be immune in the first place. Yeah. Okay, so real talk, bit of a learning experience for me. This challenge, not a whole lot of interesting stuff to actually show as a result, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go through the results right away. Now, I will say that although a couple of people did attempt to get the limited use idol recipe, no one was able to successfully complete it, so no one actually got the limited use idol. However, nobody actually knew that because I was never revealing if anyone got the limited use idol. So as far as these fools are concerned, there is an idol floating around somewhere. You're welcome for the idol paranoia. Now, unfortunately, Giannis was unable to complete the challenge in time, so he scored a 0. Sam also got a 0. Now, Todd actually had a lot of ingredients in his house already, so he managed to score 16 points. Janice went for the idol recipe, scoring 0 points. Alexander got 13 points for Koraidon. Barb's got 5 points for Koraidon. Someone unknown got 10 points for Koraidon. And Ike got 0 points for Koraidon. Morris also was unable to complete the challenge, which brings Koraidon's total to 44 points. Now, will the Miraiden tribe be able to beat that and avoid tribal council? So unfortunately, Mooley was not able to finish the challenge either, as we saw. Neither was Shad, and wowzers. Chunky Pikachu here. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Snowy did not score any points either. Alex did not score any points, so really not a good start for the Miraiden tribe so far. 4 people complete, 0 points on the board. Leaf, however, manages to score 10 points, putting them on the board. Samuel manages to score 10 points, getting them up there, and Ari scores 4 points, which puts them at 24 points. Wait, I fucked up. Oh yeah, Ari actually got 8, so they're actually at 28 points at this point, whereas Koraidon is at 44 points, so definitely not out of the realm of possibility that Miraiden could catch up here. And Autumn scored 15 points, which means Miraiden just needs 1 point to tie with Koraidon and 2 points to take away the win. It all comes down to Leona, And she scores 5 points, meaning Miraidon wins tribal immunity, and the Koraidon tribe is going to tribal council to vote somebody out. But wait, there's more. Now, we have to get to the results of the Paradox Pokemon Challenge. So as I mentioned, this challenge was judged by 3 individuals, one of whom was a Pokemon expert, one of whom was just a random person from the Finnvivor main hub server, and one person was someone who had absolutely zero knowledge of Pokemon, which ended up being my mother. We're going to just go through the final submissions for each team, and then we're going to go through how the scores shook out so that you guys can get a full idea of why which team won and which team lost. Alright, so Team Sprigatito, their Pokemon name was Iron Hammer. They had the Tinkaton Paradox form. It's a Steel Fire type. You can learn all these different moves. There's a Pokedex entry there, summary of how it behaves in the wild and its base stats, as well as a drawing, the drawing that Ari did. Notice its little tummy oven here. Next up, we have the Phantom Doll Pokemon from Team Quaxley, which Samuel did the drawing here, and they actually have a really nice display for all of its base stats as well. List of moves they can learn, Pokedex entry, pretty basic, and then they also have the base stats down here again for some reason. And then we have Fuecoco, who created Fecro Heart, the ancient form of Love Disc, which again was a choice. You can see a summary of the wild and the drawing here that Autumn did on the back of a kindergarten attendance sheet, because only like 2 people were actually online working on this submission. So now the question is, how did everybody do? Well, Echo, who was actually in this game but unfortunately had to drop out for personal reasons, is the Pokemon expert that I called upon to be one of the judges for this challenge. Let's see what exactly she said. Pretty all-around rating from Echo here. Creativity, 3 out of 10. I just don't like the direction they went with Love Disc. Fair. Overall design, 5 out of 10. The picture isn't very nice to look at, but I do like the moves chosen, with the exception of Make It Rain. Signature moves deserve to stay signature. I kind of agree with that. Presentation, 10 out of 10. Effort, 9 out of 10. So yeah, major points for the people who actually were putting effort into that challenge. Now for Team Quaxley, the 8 out of 10 creativity. Love the idea of Banette. I want to make it a 10 out of 10 for creativity, but I can't help but see the inspiration taken from its Mega Evolution, aka not so original. So that ends up costing Team Quaxley a few points. Presentation, 4 out of 10, definitely their weak point. Effort, we'll say 3 out of 10. The picture is really the only standout for me, and the rest feels lazily put together. And then we have Sprigatito, who scored a 9 out of 10 in creativity. The idea of having the hammer be a part of this form instead of it holding it a separate thing is great. They went the riskier route of a future form, so it's a bonus. Overall design is a 10 out of 10. Presentation is the weakest aspect, but effort is a 7 out of 10. So yeah, everyone worked really hard on Team Sprigatito, and it definitely paid off in dividends for Henry's rating. And the final judge we have to talk about is my mom. Now, I don't actually have any screenshots I can show you because she texted everything to me. For Fecro Heart, she gave creativity a 9, overall design an 8, presentation an 8, and effort an 8. So not a bad score from Mama Finn here. Phantom Doll, she gave creativity 8, overall design 6, presentation 5, and then she said unfinished question marks. So Phantom Doll, yeah, they definitely threw their stuff together at the last minute. I think if they had gotten their shit together sooner, they probably could have scored a little bit better. And then we have Iron Hammer, who got a 9 in creativity, a 9 in overall design, an 8 in presentation, and a 9 in effort. So first of all, Team Fuecoco, we posted their scores first, and they made a total of 84 out of a possible 120 points. Team Quaxley ended up scoring 72 out of 120 points, with Team Fuecoco in the lead. It all comes down to Team Sprigatito, and they scored 86, which means by the skin of their teeth, Barbs, Todd, and Giannis are safe from the first tribal council. Now, technically, Ari, Mooley, and Alex also won this first challenge, but since Miraidon's not going to tribal council, unfortunately, they don't really get anything from it. We just gonna ignore how Rock Love Disc nearly has pseudo-legendary stats, and we lost to a Love Disc. So, with Koraidon going to tribal council, Janice forms another alliance with the 2 people she wants to work the deepest in the game with. It's such a shame that Giannis had that safety because he's inactive, but I guess that makes our second tribal here easier. We just gotta get past our first one. Yeah, who are we thinking? Our options are Morris, someone, or Sam. I think we can take Morris off the table as he doesn't really pose a threat. So although Alexander says Morris doesn't really pose a threat, Janice does point out that he is actually a winner. Alexander, all right, I'll target a winner. I know exactly which winner to get. Remembering that Janice is also a winner. Whole tribe likes Alexander, and it's annoying me. I'm honestly annoyed. I just made the loudest eye roll, and eye rolls don't make sounds. Isaac jumps in. The people that made the endgame of that VD were not top tier players, and that's no shade, but like, it's true. They literally took out all the big threats. I like Morris, and I voted for him to win, but I wouldn't say it was just a dominant performance. I guess for me, it's like, Sam is active, someone already got first boot once, I'd feel really bad. I think for me, I'd rather keep the people that have DM'd me the least, and someone has not. Fair enough. Someone has been inactive in DMs too, but Sam is just like not a good person to talk to. Me and Morris don't talk much, but that's my fault. I just don't know how to talk to people. Does anyone have a preference, or should we keep removing options? I mean, I've said my piece, and I'm open to doing what the group thinks is best. It's usually my way or the highway in my old seasons, but I want to not repeat that this time. I'll just do whatever. I mean, I have my preference of Morris going, but I know you two have played with him, and if you want to keep him, that's cool. So Janice already says that she is down to vote out Morris just as the easiest option out of the 6, and then Barb's comes into her confessional and talks about how someone unknown threw out Morris's name, which is probably who she wanted to do anyways. Seems like I've gotten Morris's name out. Why does everyone's name end with an S? Basically, my reasoning was that he didn't help in either challenge. Yes, things are going well, but I'm not hearing a counterwagon. Is Morris really just that inactive, or am I the target? Well, with strategizing in the rear view window, Tribal Council looms large, and it is time for the Koraidon tribe to answer to some questions. First question for Isaac. You're one of 6 people who can be voted out tonight. That's a 1 in 6 shot of being the first boot. How nervous are you about that? I mean, if you're not nervous at Tribal, are you playing Survivor? Barbs, how does it feel to be safe at this Tribal Council? I am glad to be safe. I don't get to be immune in Tribal Councils very often, and I am just cherishing being able to relax for a bit, and others can fight to the death or whatever. Alexander, what is this vote based on for you? This vote is based off of nothing. I can't make an excuse. We have nothing to base a vote off of, so we have to grasp at straws. I guess the real question is, what is the vote about? So Janice, you subbed in at the last minute. Although you were only missing the first 12 hours of the game, are you worried that it could be last in, first out? I have to have a bit of confidence in myself, but also I can never know where I stand on the tribe because meta things can be taken into consideration, but I have been giving it all since I got here, and I want to go far with this tribe too. Todd, you earned your tribe quite a lot of points, but ultimately you fell short. How confident are you that the tribe can come back from this? I'm confident in our tribe. This was the first challenge, and losing one doesn't mean we'll lose them all. I know we'll be able to come back within the next few challenges. Well, with all of that said, it is time to read the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they would like to play it, now is the time to do so. How long do you think it's going to take before someone pretends to play an idol? I'm suspecting 3 to 4 rounds. Okay, once I read the votes, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Morris. Morris. That's 2 votes, Morris. Morris. You can kind of see the M to the O to the R to the R to the I to the S. That's 3 votes, Morris. Fourth vote. Morris. That's 4 votes, Morris, 5 votes left. First person voted out of Finnvivor PALDEA. Morris. Not the blood versus water reference. GG, Morris. Morris. The tribe has spoken. And with that, we have our first person voted out of Finnvivor PALDEA. But just because Morris was voted out doesn't mean that he's out of the game for good. Morris, you have been voted out, but you have a chance to return to the game. Please decide on which of the following trials you would like to take on. Finn, I am so sorry. This was the worst time for me to do an org. Finals week is this week, and last night I pulled an all-nighter for an exam. And after it, today I fell asleep, so I slept all day after it. I'm gonna pick flying. My finals are over now, though. All right, and with that, episode 1 finally comes to a close. Thank you to everyone who played this game for your patience. I know you were all waiting a very, very long time for this to come out. Trust me when I say this game is about to get wild. Tune in next week to find out who goes to Tribal Council next, and will Morris survive his first trial in the Area 0 Escape Challenge. If you don't want to miss a second of it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe down below and ring the bell for notifications so that you don't miss the second next episode comes out. Until then, my name is Finnegan Flynn, and I'll catch you later.